Hello and welcome to the 5 stages of change, a proven system for making a change. My name's Ben Taylor from Tailored Health, and I couldn't be more excited to share this framework with you and make sure that you can start to get the most out of this and make those health behavior changes that you've been seeking to make a lot smoother and a lot more straightforward with how you can practically implement this. Without further ado, there is 5 stages of change. And I want you to think of perhaps a health change that you would like to make in your own life. And then you can just sort of play along as we go through this. We've all had times in our lives where we wanted to be making a change, and then perhaps it just hasn't gone to plan. So what this framework does is it gives you a pathway or a roadmap so that you can create this journey and ultimately make a long-lasting health behavior change, which is what we'd all want at the end of the day. So the names of the 5 stages are pre-contemplation. This is when you're not even thinking about the change. Contemplation. So this is where you are thinking about a health behavior change. Preparation is then you are planning to do it. So you're taking some small little action steps towards the behavior change. And then action, that is where you are doing what you are wanting to be doing with that health behavior change for less than 3 months. And then maintenance phase, this is that end goal that we all strive for, is doing it for over 3 months still. And by that stage, you've created this amazing habit and routine into your life, and things are going quite smoothly. There is, down the bottom right corner, a relapse phase. Now, this just means you've stopped doing it. And by all means, this could happen at any and every time. And there's a real good opportunity for learning and creating new pathways forward. We'll talk more about that. So there are 5 stages, and then you've got relapse down the bottom. At a closer look, pre-contemplation. So you're not thinking about it, change isn't on the radar, and you tend to defend that current point of view that you have. Perhaps it's about being more active, and you currently see the positives of being active not outweighing the consequences at this stage. Contemplation is the opposite. So you're considering this possibility, and it's sort of like decision time. And you feel like the benefits of perhaps being active are now outweighing the consequences of not being active. And that's what's sort of happening at this stage here. Preparation is when you're planning to do it. You've made some recent attempts at behavior change, and you're now starting to see the benefits are outweighing, the consequences of not doing or being more active, for example. And you are less unsure about the next steps, and you're getting some small wins, building some momentum, and you're really starting to believe that change is necessary in that near future. Hopefully we make it through into this action phase, and this is where you're starting to take bigger steps, more responsibility. You've got this rhythm and routine sort of happening each week. You've still got some inconsistencies each week, and that is completely normal in this stage. But the main thing is you're giving it a go, and this is really where the progress lives. If you get into the action phase, it means you're putting in the time and effort, and this is where you're going to start to reap those rewards. You will need plenty of support and assistance often to get from here in this action phase all the way through to the maintenance phase, because this is a 3-month journey, and often it just takes that little bit of support and guidance or a really rock solid plan to get you into maintenance phase, which is our end goal for all of our clients here at Tailored Health, is to make sure that we've got long lasting behavior change within our clients and within ourselves too. So this is where you are still doing the healthy behavior, nice and being active over 3 months now. You're able to successfully avoid most temptations to return to the previous behavior. You are now anticipating challenges and are able to come up with new ways to overcome them. And look, you may have a temporary lapse, but it's nothing too big, and you've got these really clear goals and accountability in place that help prevent any sort of major relapses. And this is where results live. So you've made a lot of progress in that action phase, but once you get over that 3-month hurdle, you're really going to start to see those results that you originally desired when you're in that contemplation phase. Relapse, so you stop doing it. Now, this is a common event that we're all going to get, but it's how we look at it, which is really important. So I think of it as a muscle, and basically your muscle to change. And this will grow every time you have a relapse. You come up with a new plan, you overcome some adversity, and you start to build strength within that change muscle that you have. And mentors and getting some accountability and another plan in place once you do have a relapse can really help you keep this relapse phase nice and short. You don't want to spend a long time here because nothing positive or proactive is getting done in the relapse phase. We all have them, which is normal. Recognize it, then start to create a plan and move on back through those stages we've just talked through. Let's put it all together. So that's a deeper overview of each phase. Hopefully you're playing along now with your own behavior change and you can see how this fits in. Now, this is typical of how, we think a behavior change would happen. We start from the bottom, we just go up consistently straight through all the steps, not a problem in the world. This is how some people think, and I hope this isn't you, but it's okay if it is. Some people think behavior changes, have the idea in our head, and then bam, we've got it mastered. It's already in our routine. We can overcome the obstacles and all of this stuff in maintenance phase. But now we know we've got those 5 stages of change, and we actually need to do a bit of preparation. And then we need to have our action phase in place before we reap those results in the maintenance phase. So hopefully you can start to see there's a few steps here. And maybe this is where you can start to see, typically, this is how a new behavior change journey actually happens. We start, we think about it, we do some actions, then something happens, we fall back a step, then we get back up, come up with another plan, get into action. And all these squiggly lines happen all over the place. But the main thing is we keep striving towards our results and what we desire, and we get towards that health goal in that maintenance phase at 3 months. And this is a typical pattern of behavior change. So time for some action. We love to implement things here at Tailored Health as quick and as soon as possible, making it practical for you at home. The behavior change I want to do is, so write that in here, maybe on a piece of paper, and then just write down that behavior. Where do you sit with it? What current stage of change are you in regarding that specific behavior? Whether it might be walking, it might be going to the gym, doing some strength exercises, could be anything. Now, from that current stage, what is your next stage of change? Write that down, please. Because once you know where you're at and then you know what's next, guess what starts to happen? We create a plan, and that's one of the biggest parts here, is to create a plan. And once you've got that in place, you can simply move forward, execute the plan, and then start to achieve your goals. Now, the tiniest action that you can take to make progress towards the next step is, that could be booking an appointment, setting an alarm, calling somebody up, writing down a note here or there, a reminder, getting the shoes out in the right place in front of the door. What's the tiniest action you can take either in the next few minutes or particularly within the next 24 hours that can help you on your journey from where you're at currently to that next stage of change? Give yourself a pat on the back and congratulations, you are on your way to making a positive behavior change. And I just wanted you to know that the quickest way to get through these levels from contemplation to maintenance phase is to find an expert within the area that you're looking to make a change. And I know that relapses are okay, but if I can save a few of them by just getting some really good advice, I'm going to look to go and do that. If that's us to help you, by all means, I look forward to supporting you with your health behavior change. And I really appreciate you watching this. Feel free to pass this on to someone else who needs to know about these 5 stages of change. And I look forward to supporting you further with more content and keep this conversation going. Thank you for watching. Cheers.